Hello and welcome back to Xpwaste, where when life gives you feathers, you go barb fishing. I'm Michael.
And I'm Oxie. If you're new around here, welcome. We're a podcast that talks primarily about old school RuneScape, but also lots of other things, because we're both very easily distracted and will tangent on almost anything. If you're not new around here, Michael has news on the fruit, and I can't wait to hear it. Michael?
So before we started recording, I alley-ooped something to Oxie. I'm like, Oxie, I have to tell you something. And I'm like, no, I'll leave it till we're live on the pod. And I go, it's about the fruit. He goes, oh, I'm so excited, because there was a tone in my voice. And so whoever's editing, cue the sad music. Boys, I think the life of the fruit has come to a close. It's not looking good.
Do you have it here with us to show?
Yes. It is in my hand.
Oh, look at that lemon!
I think,
oh, God!
I think, if you're on audio only, I'm going to describe this for you. I think the orange has made a turn for the worse. It is starting to become solid, just like Mr. Lime did. The lime is looking peachy. Like, I don't know. I might just keep this on my.
Looks nothing like a peach.
It looks nothing like a peach. You're right.
If one goes, they all go.
One goes, they all go. So it's the lemon, guys. Like the lemon. This looks like a tangerine in my recording. I'm not even kidding you. It's not. The color correction may just be off, because it is not that orange in real life. It's yellow still. It doesn't smell good, and I think it's starting to grow stuff. So I really think it's time. We hit 10 weeks, which was my goal for this batch of fruit here. So promptly, once we finish recording, it's going in the trash. I may have to submit it for an autopsy just to see what's going on, what happened in the end that caused it to go. But yeah.
I think it's just natural causes of the fruit being gross. So
I think it just hit old age, honestly. Like, that's the best way to go, is just natural causes, just anyway. You guys can expect fruit merch to hit the store very soon. Yep, I'm working on it, and I mean, if the people didn't ask for it so much, I don't think I would actually have be inclined to do it. But anytime I mention the fruit, they're like, where's the fruit merch, Michael? Now the fruit merch can come out, and it'll be just fine. So, end of an era, as they say. Thank you, Posh Padre, in the recording booth chat. Perfectly summarizes the fruit. And yeah, it's the end of an era, people. If you were here for it, cherish those memories that we had, honestly. In all seriousness, I was going to encapsulate it in epoxy resin. I just couldn't find any, in all honesty. And it was actually kind of expensive when I did finally look it up on Amazon. I think it was $60 to $80 for enough that I would need to encapsulate an entire batch of fruit. So not worth it, in my opinion, just for some rotted fruit. So it's just not going to work out. The resin is too expensive. It's just going to have to get thrown away. So
darn.
Thank you, everyone.
If you're feeling ballsy, you could cut it open and record it, and we could make that Patreon content. Because I feel like our patrons were the sickest when it came to that. Our patrons wanted it the most out of anyone.
Okay. I will do that. Look for a video posted to our Patreon. All tiers are eligible. No one is left behind. So prepare for the influx of gnome children, gnome child subscribers to hit the Discord.
You really don't have to. It's okay.
So how are you? Fruit aside, how's it going, Oxie?
I'm better knowing the fruit's gone. I'm good. I've been vibing this week. I've by the time this episode comes out, I'll be 24 hours away from graduating. So that's my big thing this week, is graduating from master's school. In game, what have I been doing? A lot of Theater of Blood, actually. A lot of Theater of Blood. Unfortunately, I've also been to Chambers as well, which I just hate the content. I'm sorry. I don't enjoy it. It's not fun. In addition to being White Light Simulator 24/7, I just don't really enjoy the encounter that much. I've done a lot of self-reflection about Chambers, and man, it just doesn't do me, you know? I'm not a fan of Chambers as Eric. Theater of Blood's frustrating, but there's always room for improvement, and I got a Grazi Rapier, so I actually get money from Theater of Blood. Um, Otherwise, I've been doing a little bit of Slayer, hop back on the groupie, just faffing about on the group Iron Man. Team D made a comment the other day that's like, we should log into our group Iron Man accounts and just like train combat for no reason. And I'm like, yeah, haha, and like blew it off. And then later that day was like, holy shit, I have Premier Club in my group Iron Man. I'm going to do exactly that. And I wanted to take my groupie to DK's to get us all Berserker rings, but because my main has a DK task. Like, I have to go kill the Dagonoth Kings because I'm hunting for a Hydra task, and that's what Konar assigned me. So I was going to take the main and escort the groupie down to DK's and just park the groupie at DK's. Unfortunately, we don't have any prayer potions. And I have 24 farming. So we have some things to do on the groupie, of course, because what is Iron Man mode but wanting to do something and being forced to suffer in order to get there? So, you know, we're just mad chilling. I'm also on the main doing a master clue. We'll probably switch over to something more AFK like fishing. I'll probably join Michael Barbarian fishing for the episode. But yeah, we're mad chilling. We're moving through, you know, some of our various goals for the year. We're making a little bit of money here and there. I got my tassets back, so I don't look like a scrub in my obby legs, but I still have my Dragon Boots G. You know.
Okay.
We're chilling.
Right on. Dragon Boots G. I love it. I love it. How's the loot tab competition coming?
Oh, I'm getting my ass kicked. Immortal just added me literally 40 minutes ago, and he got another scythe split. So like, the competition was over before it began, but like, you know,
another.
Yeah, he got another scythe split. Like, just happens when you do PVM. I don't know.
Was it a duo? Oh, you don't.
I don't think it was. I don't think it was a duo. It doesn't matter how much it was. It's 570 mil divided even by 5 ways is a lot of money.
That's
so like, yeah. So doesn't matter the split. You know, GG, brother. But we'll just keep it going. It was GG before the competition started at this point. But Perks are taking several weeks off of like not playing. But otherwise, it's been good.
Yeah, I think you're kind of like the catalyst for his motivation. In some senses, like
good. I'm glad.
So I was there at one point. So GG Immortal.
I signed up for the Mighty Bingo as well because I'm like, maybe I will make a little bit of money. If you're a part of the Mighty Clan, you know, I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm on your team, I can't promise a shitload of time. I have to give my buy-in probably to Mighty because he's the only one in the clan that I actually know. And maybe it'll be motivation to do some sort of PVM, but I can't promise I'll be like the most active on the team. So
hey, that's okay.
Yeah, you know,
that's okay.
Using his motivation to make some ducats as Phalo gives me another master clue scroll. What you been up to this week, Michael?
Lots of fishing. Yeah.
Any 99s?
No.
Scammed.
No.
Xpwaste, you've been scammed.
I got 98 defense earlier this week and 97 fishing. So I think today is Sunday. So from Thursday to yesterday, literally like last night at midnight, I gained like almost 700,000 fishing XP, which is just mad gains for me. I get about, I'd say like 40K an hour. So I don't know the hours on that, but somebody do the math in their head. That's a lot of hours. A lot of it was me on a train. I took a train back home. The train ride, I'm not going to tell you where I went or where I'm from. Actually, I have told you where I'm from. Anyway, the train ride was 7 hours. 7 hours. A couple hours of that I didn't play because I didn't have service and my phone wouldn't hotspot. So I didn't play the entire time, but most of it was just fish, drop. As I've been doing this whole time. I did a little Temporos as well. So a lot of fun. I said in the last episode that I wanted to like I was gonna have this weekend to myself because my wife is still out of town. I'm home alone, lots of time to game. So I was like, I'm gonna get 99 fishing this weekend. No, not gonna happen. Unfortunately, maybe in the next couple weeks. I'm still about 2.2. No, let's see. I'm still about 2.2 mil. I'm roughly 2.2 mil from 99. And if I did the math correctly, it's about 20 hours per level at this point. So I still got a solid work week's worth of play, which I can't do and I don't do. All that to say, I'll have 99 fishing very soon. And I think I've ultimately decided against the plan to stop at 98 and just have a massive like 98 to 99 party because of what you said before. It's like, this may not happen for a while. So I'm just going to lock myself out of content for potentially a year before I can max.
Yeah, not worth it.
It's not fun. It's just stressful, and I wouldn't really enjoy that as much as like the idea of it sounds fun. So I'll be getting 99 fishing, and that will actually complete my first entire column. So there's 3 columns of skills.
Okay,
so,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll have mining down to farming, all 99s. And then the next column is going to be on the far left column when I get 99 defense. And then that middle column is the one that's plaguing me with agility. Oh, I got a cheeky little agility level too while I was fishing. I think entirely from fishing. I maybe did like an hour of arty rooftop from when I got 86. But 86 to 87 was almost entirely done barb fishing, which I think is just insane. I definitely won't get another level because it's like 400k till 88, and you only get about 10%. So I'll do about another 200k, which will get me kind of close to 89 or 88, which I'm excited about. And that'll push me closer to the eventual 99 agility, which I don't want it to be my last 99 because that just doesn't sound like fun to make the most heinous of all skills that I have left, the one that I have to do last. So you may see me lock myself to the rooftops after I get 99 fishing. We'll see. Because if I could get 99 agility locked out, it's smooth sailing. Like, I feel like it's smooth sailing.
Yeah, I mean, if you finish that, what do you have left? Defense and Slayer?
Slayer, Hunter, and defense. Slayer, Hunter, defense, and thieving.
Okay.
So,
well, neither of
easy.
those are terrible. Frankly, if you want to be real ballsy with it, you could max on 99 Slayer. Not many people do that.
That would be cool, actually. I could. Because usually Slayer's like one that a lot of people get right in the middle, you know, because they're doing a lot of PVM. But 99 Slayer last. Although, the Slayer cape is just sick. And I would never wear it. Like, once I get a max cape, no other 99, like, no other completionist cape is going to be on my back.
Music cape looks pretty fly.
Yeah, but, like, I want to wear the Slayer cape for longer than, like, 10 seconds before I get a max cape. So.
I mean, you could still have it as part of your fashion scape. Like, when people look you up, they'll still see 2277, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
I'll think about it. It's for the video audience. It's a throwback to my original cup. I left my my big water bottle, my green one, in the other city where my wife is, and so I'm using the throwback cup. I don't know, like episode 1 people will remember.
Episode 1 when we had no video?
Episode 2 people will remember.
I was like, bro, if the episode 1 people remember that, damn.
Oxie will remember it.
I do.
Eclectic and Bling.
I do.
So, I mean, air runes. I've been 3D printing a lot lately. I can't actually show. I don't have it with me. I can't show you. But I made a shadow box with like some runes in it, and it looks really cool. I'm really proud of it. I wouldn't even bring it up if I wasn't this proud of it.
It's pretty cool. I've seen it. It's pretty cool. Are you going to show them the other thing you made or no?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the arm fell off, but this one's actually for the Lord Jake himself. He commissioned me to make a statue of one of the sisterhood priests. I don't know what they are, but this is it's completely solid. Like, I don't know if that makes a big difference, but it's like 95% infill, which if you know 3D modeling, you know that's like almost solid plastic.
Mm-hmm.
Oxie and I were talking about it before, and I think I need to rework it. It took 13 and a half hours to print, so
are you going to print the scythe to go along with it?
Yes. So after we like stop recording today, it's a 3.5 hour print. I've already loaded it up in the SD card. It's getting started almost immediately.
Ooh.
So my plan is to print the scythe and see how they both fit together, and then I'll decide if I need to reprint it. Because the options I have are reprint it but make it structurally more sound but print it the same size, or just print it bigger. Because I can go all the way up to like, what is it, like 200 millimeters, which is about 8 or 9 inches. So I can make it huge, and it would take forever to actually print. But I'm kind of into it. I don't know. This one, I let it go overnight and woke up and it was still going. So it's always the tricky part of not watching it like a hound is. I could have just woke up with like a bird's nest of filament all over my printer, but it printed well last night. So
good.
Big hype.
Hype.
So you mentioned earlier doing the bingo, but like, hey, might not put that many hours in. And that was all, like, that was the butteriest of smooth transitions into what we kind of want to talk about today, but
we still talked about something else for 15
minutes
prior.
Well, we couldn't get into it.
Xpwaste shit ever. Here's our main title, but like also fuck you. Here's something else that we're going to talk about first.
Well, we couldn't get into it because anyway. So going back to that statement, we kind of want to talk about just the idea of
Bando Scott Sword Ornament Kit. I'm going to stick
bro.
that on my Bando Scott Sword. As a matter of fact, I'm keeping that bitch.
So today we kind of want to talk about the idea of like work-life balance, but with RuneScape and life. I don't know what the phrase for that would be other than, just like, how do you dedicate time to this game, but also not feel guilty when you can't. I think the bingo, like what you said about bingo was just a perfect example of like expectations. We had a lot of that in our bingo where people felt bad. Like people were feeling like, hey guys, I don't think I'm going to be able to like dedicate enough time in this bingo, so I'm not even going to do it.
Yeah.
And we really had to talk a lot of people down, like, hey, listen, you're not required to play like 13 hours a day. If you can hop on and play like maybe an hour or two a day, maybe even just like an hour the entire week, as long as you're communicative and willing to help out where you can, it doesn't really matter. So the idea that you have to put in hours and hours and hours and hours into a bingo can get a lot of people down. So how are you feeling about like that idea that you're not going to be able to spend a lot of time, but then also I feel like you're okay with it? I don't know. I feel like I just answered my own question.
I'm not mad about it, really. I mean, the bingo starts the day of my graduation, so for that whole weekend, effectively, I'm not going to be active. Because if I'm not at graduation, I'm going to be with family. And if I'm not with family, I'll probably be drunk somewhere celebrating being done with master's school. So, there's that. But the week after, I don't really know what I'm doing with my life, period. Which sounds a little bit more existential than I am intending it to. I don't have a job lined up, obviously. Because I'm just graduating. All my professors even have been like, hey, if you can, don't work for like the summer. Like just take the summer off because you're finally finishing up. And since I want to work at a university, for my job. Like I would want to stay with college students. My academic year really wouldn't start until the beginning of August at the very earliest.
Yeah.
So, I have a lot of potential to just like not do anything for a little while. So I figured a mighty bingo might not be too bad to, sign up, see what's on the board, get a feel for it. I don't
Hmm.
like to do bingos so close together generally, but
Yeah.
the other side of that sword is I have to plan like every inch of a bingo and captain it and make sure all the drops are correct and do whatever. Not myself by myself, but like I help run the show for the bingos we
Hmm.
do. It's exhausting. So
It
by the
is.
time the TNL bingo's over, I'm like sick. RuneScape, never heard of her. Time to do anything else. Um, so maybe this one playing when, and I put on my sheet that like I'm not being a captain. Am I qualified? Yes. Am I going to? No. I'm not going to do that. So I'm just gonna be mad chilling for this bingo. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not sure what's gonna be on the board. Uh, but yeah, I'm not fussed about not playing, I guess, because that's kind of where I've been at with RuneScape the last probably like month or so.
Hmm.
I'll play when I want to, but not all the time, which is definitely an underlying theme of what we're talking about today with the whole RuneScape quote unquote work life balance.
Right. I'm curious though, like why do you think that is for you? Just the shift of like got to play all the time to hey, it's okay. I don't really if I don't want to log in today, I don't log in today.
Well, I gotta level with you. There's a lot of things going on in my IRL life, my personal life. Not in like the
Hmm.
quiet, like, oh, I'm having personal problems way. I'm a therapist who goes to therapy. I'll tell you guys about my issues. I won't on the podcast, but I will at some point.
Hmm.
Um, what I mean by that is I'm spending a lot of time with people I care about. And with the end of the academic year coming up, a lot of the people I spend a lot of time with are going to be going home.
Mm.
A lot of them don't live up here full time, and the ones that do, their leases end in the middle of May, and they move back home because they're graduating seniors or they're studying abroad for the summer or what have you. So, for me, what's been more important is spending time with people in real life, which has been a very weird experience post
Yeah.
COVID. In
Right.
the non-pandemic world. So, I met Michael and Scape and Immortal during the pandemic. It was like
Hmm.
probably shit. I think I met Link in April. I peripherally met you, Scape, and Immortal through Link, and then we didn't really start hanging out until August of 2020.
Yeah.
So like everyone got sick. We were all forced to stay inside, and I found all these weirdos to play RuneScape with. That's been the bulk of my socialization for like the last year and a half, 2 years.
Hmm.
But now this year, getting into 2022, getting into the spring semester, we've been a lot more social. My team is going out and doing a lot more stuff together. I'm spending a lot of time with people in person for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
Um, and, it's been helpful for that of like, I'm just not going to play RuneScape. Like, I have other things to do. It's a Saturday night yesterday. Normally, this time a year ago, I would probably be raiding with the boys. We were doing hard modes yesterday. We got
Hmm.
scammed out of our last hard mode that we were in. We died, I think, with 10% on the second part of P3 Verzik, where
Oh
you
no.
knock her down to 5%, and then she said, "This isn't over," and heals back up. We got
Hmm.
that part down to 10%, and then she killed Jesse on some bullshit, and we did not make it through that one. But which by the way, Maiden sucks in hard mode. Top. It's not even like an enjoyable challenge. Maiden's just a shit show.
Yeah. I was watching side note. I was watching you guys just like run the gambit of that first room multiple times and just like something happens and you mess up and you die and then it's just like a cascading effect of
The
can't recover.
bloods are uncontrollable at Maiden. It is the stupidest thing in the world. You can't kill them in hard mode, so they just like run amok.
Hmm.
And you can't. Oh my god, it's terrible. I think I'm getting significantly better at north freezing now. Like I'm much quicker at it, and I can hit my crabs every single time. Like I know where they're gonna end up, and I know with what tile I freeze the crab on, whether or not I'm going to be late.
Ah.
to hit all the crabs. So there's like a certain range of tiles I know, like I hit 1 there, I'll hit 2 there, and then as long as I hit 3s within that 4-tick time frame, we're good. I'm the North Freeze guy on the top teams most often. So like that feels better. I'm getting better at Zarpus walking. I'm getting better at just not being a shitty tank. Because hard mode Verzik is terrifying still. And I'm not dying immediately. I'm also getting very lucky on melees. Just the humble melees from Verzik this past week have been something else, let me tell you. I keep saying Torva difference while dressed in full void. But I've also been getting better at my pre-switches at Nilo because I'm taking Bandos and like the full switch thing to Nilo as well. So that is improving. I'm seeing improvements at Tob, which is nice. It's another benefit of Chambers is that I don't give a shit about getting good at Chambers. I don't find it rewarding. I'm sorry. I can't. This isn't a hate Chambers podcast. Yesterday, to get back on track, we were running Tobs. I probably could have ran Tobs all night. Immortal lives on the West Coast. Jesse lives in Belgium, but he has an East Coast sleep schedule, so we probably could have stayed up all night and ran hard modes.
Very true.
But I'm like, nah, dude, I got to get up and go hang out with people in real life. And I was out from, like 6 to 6, probably, no, like 6:45 till like probably 2 o'clock in the morning. I was just out hanging out, not like getting super fucked up. Like went to a bar and played pool and darts and had bar food and then sat in my car and talked for like 3 hours,
Dude, those are good times.
Exactly. They're good times. So like there have been things that have been more pressing in my real life that I've just wanted to do a lot more than this, you know?
It's kind of funny this weekend. I feel like we switched roles because
I'm the guy that's
sitting at I'm the guy that's sitting at home playing until 2 a.m. Like I was up till my time. I was up until like at least 1:30 last night.
Damn.
And
you were up until I was up, dude. We went to bed at the same time. That's great. That never happens.
I was working on this in Blender, like in the 3D modeling software. I was like fixing all the issues. And so I was just fishing. I was barb fishing and I was also working on the model. But yeah, I feel like we don't usually go to bed at the same time. And I've gone to bed like past midnight. Friday and Saturday night, and I'll probably try and get to bed early tonight because I have work tomorrow. But yeah, I feel that like that whole idea of we were in a pandemic, and the whole idea for that was to stay at home. If you don't feel comfortable going out, we don't want to make this political or whatever. But like for me, and I know for Oxie, we're the type of people that were like, I'd rather just stay home, I'd rather just not risk it. And that's kind of how it's been for the last 2 years. Only more recently have I begun to like think about venturing out. Like, I wanted to go to a movie this weekend, but nothing is playing, unfortunately. I mean, the Batman is playing, but the last showing they had for Batman was at 10 p.m. Or the next showing that I could go to was at 10 p.m. in the evening. And it's a 3-hour movie. I'm going to be 30 this year, and that just doesn't sound that doesn't sound like fun to me anymore. Maybe if I was like 18, I'm like, hell yeah, let's stay out till 2 a.m. watching a movie. I'm going to fall asleep in this movie. And
100%. 100%.
So that's just not happening.
Yeah.
I got to be at a movie at least by 6 o'clock for it to be viable for me. So, just going out is, I would say, a big factor of a lot of people maybe not playing this game a lot. And for you yourself, me, I don't play a lot for other reasons, but that's a totally valid thing.
Yeah, it's a weird experience. I remember like sitting with a couple of my teammates earlier this semester, like at a local bar in our college town, and just kind of realizing like, and they're like, what's up? I'm like, I don't think I have been out in this capacity since pre-pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have been to bars in between March of 2020 and, February of 2022 or whenever it was, but like, we all had masks on. Everything was like uber spaced out. We never stayed very long. Usually it was like, we'll go out for one drink just for like the flair of it, and then probably just go back to somebody's house and drink there because it's probably smarter and safer. But like, it was like the first real time, and it's nice to go back to that.
Hmm.
It's been really nice to go back to that, and that's definitely been part of the reason. Also I think what I'm doing in the game has not really been satisfying for me. I did get back in the Inferno. I have been back.
Eh.
Um, I don't mean to brag at how good I am at this game, but on my first trip back into the Inferno, I made it all the way to wave 12. I died to a mini blob, Michael. I wanted to throw my computer because you know me. I would rather die than brew in the early waves, and I did exactly that. I died and didn't brew. So that was awesome. Made it to wave 31 though in the next one because I just went right back in. I'm like, all right, whatever, this sucks. Then I made it to wave 31, which still not great, but that's Ranger melee double blob. So like it's at least a respectable wave to die on. Somebody out there with like 30 capes is like, no, it's not, you bitch. But I for not having done the Inferno for 4.5 months, I'm content with a wave 31 plank.
Yeah.
But all the other stuff has just not been fulfilling, you know?
Right. I think that's a big thing with like this game in general is like the goal setting. And when you're in the mid game or like the early game or even getting into the beginning of the end game, there's a lot of things that you can set goals for and accomplish quickly. You could say, I want to get my first raid and do it, you know? After that, it's like big mamma jamma stuff, like maxing or actual 99s or infernal capes.
Yeah, once you get to the point of I want to master hard mode Tob, I want to max, I want to get my infernal cape, I want to, I would say those probably 3 are some of the biggest because like you can hyper fixate on bosses. Like a lot of people who are getting into the late game, there's a couple folks in our clan who have been getting into Zulrah a lot. And like that feels really good.
Yeah.
To get into Zulrah and to like have 85 KC and not die, not get your ass dragged up and down the swamp like you had been for so many times. That feels good. That's like confident progress. You're making money, you're buying gear upgrades, like you're having a good time. The PBs are becoming more realistic. Like a minute 40 is not a fast PB for someone with a twisted bow and a harm orb. A minute 40 for someone with like Arims and a Trident of the Seas and a blowpipe with adamant darts, like that's pretty good. That's a pretty solid PB, and that's only going to get better. Like there's a lot of room to improve and there's like a lot of game left to play, which is a very morbid way of wording this. I feel like Michael's going to be the light side and I'm going to be the dark side of this topic where he's like, yeah, set goals. I'm like, at this point, there's no goals left. But like, that's not true. I'm not trying to be that negative about it. That's absolutely not true.
Sure. I mean, on a topic of setting goals, a big thing that helps you along the way is like actual dopamine. I was watching, I think it was on TikTok, and it wasn't about RuneScape whatsoever, but the guy was like, do you want to be more happy? Here's some ways to be happy. And one of the points that he made was dopamine is an actual chemical that gets released into your brain, and like it gets triggered by setting goals and completing goals.
So
and that's this entire
pathway.
game. Yes.
The reward pathway of the brain. It's basically a, God, I don't remember at this point, but it's like a cycle. You do something, you get rewarded, dopamine happens, you want to do that thing again. It's also what drives addictions as well, that dopamine pathway. But
yep.
But there is a lot of good that can come from it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Settled kind of made dopamine into somewhat of a meme at the beginning of Swampletics, where he was talking a lot about getting that dopamine hit. And it is what fuels a lot of this game. It's goal setting. This game is very addictive. And when you're not hitting your goals or you're not being able to set many goals, you're not getting that hit like you were before. And what carries you through that, and what's going to carry you through that? Not a lot. I mean, drive and ambition to want to have fun. Well, what if the thing you're doing is not fun? I'm going to level with you guys. Since August of last year, I've done 3 things in this game. I have completed rune crafting, I've completed mining, and I'm almost done with fishing. Along the way, I've done some fun stuff. Like I've actually played the game. Like I've gotten some pretty decent gauntlet KC under my belt. I've done a few raids. I didn't play in bingo, so I don't have a lot of dopamine hits to go off of here. I don't have a lot of like set a goal, complete a goal, and it's been really hard to like have that drive to want to play this game. There are other games that you can set goals in and complete them, and maybe that's how you kind of balance playing RuneScape is don't play it all the time. But for a lot of people, this is the only game that they play. It's really the only game I play. Besides like Minecraft and
yeah, but when's the last time you played Minecraft?
Oh, a long time ago.
That's the thing.
like months ago.
I'm gonna say it again. I have a Halo tattoo. The season 2 of Halo Infinite comes out tomorrow. I don't think I've played it in like 2 months, which is disappointing for me as a huge Halo fan. Like I just haven't played it. I haven't found it fun to play. You know, I think
right.
It's interesting, but like an issue that RuneScape players face, and we've talked about it several times before, is like the need to constantly be playing. You know, I brought up the addiction thing because it happens in a game that has no end with infinite goals that you set yourself. It is very easy to get way too hooked on this game. Now, this is not the topic of the episode. Michael and I are not there. I'm a little bit more qualified to talk about addictions. I'm not going to
sure.
on this show.
It's fine.
Right?
It's totally fine.
I played Fallen Order last week. I finally picked it up last week. I was like, you know what? Whatever. I'm just going to start Fallen Order. I played that game for about 2.5 days. But not in the sense of like, oh, I only had fun. I mean, like, I woke up in the morning. I started playing Jedi Fallen Order. Went to bed at like 5 a.m. having done nothing but play. Fallen Order is in like my top 10 favorite games of all time. Hands down the best Star Wars game ever made at this point. I love me some Lego Star Wars. I love Battlefront 2. I love the original Battlefront 2 from like 2005. Fallen Order has been the most fun I have ever had playing a Star Wars game. It has satisfying gameplay. I was spoiled for some of the biggest moments in the story, and I still got chills during some of those scenes. I'm not going to say what they are because I don't want to spoil them for you guys just in case you haven't been. But like, I was playing the game, I'm like, I'm so emotionally invested. I wish I hadn't spoiled myself. I wish I would have played the game years ago when it came out. Because I just never thought I would play it. So I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'll watch some of the cutscenes. Oh my god, they're so much better once you're connected to the characters. But like, it's just like that's a game that I played so much, and I beat the campaign, and it was awesome. And I unlocked like a new playthrough mode where you can just play the game over again, but you have all the cosmetics unlocked. Oh. So you can like customize Cal however you want. You can have whatever color lightsaber you want. They have a special bonus outfit that gives you a red lightsaber, which is super cool because if I ever had my own lightsaber, it would be red because some red kyber crystals are synthetically made stronger than the kyber crystals found on Ilum. Thus, they're able to shatter naturally generated crystals on rare occasion. So when I was big into chemistry and biology in undergrad, I always wanted a red lightsaber because they were stronger than the naturally generated ones. In any case, I played that game religiously, beat it, and haven't played it since. And I don't feel bad about it.
Well,
I could go back if I want to. Like, there's a playthrough mode you can play that you can like simulate battles, and you can do like wave-based combat, kind of like Firefight, but you have a lightsaber. Like, it's really cool, you know? I could go back and do it. I just haven't. But RuneScape isn't like that. This isn't a game where you can just like, all right, cool, I complete Dragon Slayer 2. I'm just not going to play it. You know?
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of advise that, I kind of caution about like hunting that dopamine, because sometimes it can be a little bit too much when you start to play with the reward center of your brain like that. Which, like, there's nothing wrong with enjoying a game that you like, but I guess part of this work-life balance, quote unquote, that Michael and I are talking about is like, where else do you find these things that isn't RuneScape? That's not a question Michael and I can answer for you right now, but it's something to think about. Where do you find that sense of like, I really enjoy doing this. I really enjoy spending time with my fencing teammates, more so than I do anything in this game at this point, because I'm just like, I'm in a weird rut where like, CBA. Like, I sold all my good gear for a scythe, and I'm enjoying the scythe, but the scythe is also dependent on having a team for Theater of Blood. So, you know, just something to consider when thinking about where you find things you enjoy.
I mean, that's a great point. If you're not getting it in the game that you enjoy, you could find another game like Oxie did. Play 2 straight days of Fallen Order.
Bro, I looked down at 12:30. I'm like, yeah, I can play for a little bit longer. And then I'm like, what is that? The sun was coming up, and I thought, shit, I gotta go to bed, dude. I
did that yesterday.
I stopped like right outside the penultimate mission of the game. I'm like, oh, I gotta go to sleep.
I did that yesterday when I was on the computer last night. I looked down at my phone. It was 9 o'clock. I look up and it's 11:30. I'm like, holy smokes. So time can get away from you, obviously, whatever you're doing. But like, if you're not getting any RuneScape, for me, it's been 3D printing. Like the challenge and reward of designing 3D models, fixing 3D models, and then printing them out and seeing what happens. Like to me, that's been extremely rewarding. Sometimes it sucks because you print 3 runes and they all fail, and you're holding 12 and a half hours of your time, probably more.
If it makes you feel better, I'm holding about 4,000 hours of my time right now with this mouse.
Hey, dude, that's a good life out of that mouse.
That mouse has seen a lot. The mouse has seen quite a bit, let me tell you.
So like, find something else. Like Oxie said, we can't tell you what you should be spending your time with. Can't tell you what other games to play, but we can encourage you that there is other things besides RuneScape that you can occupy your time with. And this is, again, I think I said this in the beginning, or I said this before we started recording. This is not a call out post. This is not us saying, hey, you suck. This is just getting real. Like,
suck.
I feel like the whole idea of Xpwaste is that it's okay. And if you need an advocate in your corner to tell you it's okay, you don't have to play this game, we'll be that for you. Because quite frankly, and this is, again, not a call out post, but there's a lot of people who play RuneScape who really care whether or not other people play too. There's a lot of people who will shame you and give you absolute crap if you say, hey, I'm going to go play another game. Just don't listen. If you don't want to play RuneScape, don't play RuneScape. You're listening to a podcast about RuneScape. We know you like this game. You don't need to prove it to anybody.
Yeah.
Oxie and I love this game. We make a podcast about RuneScape. And I'm sitting here telling you, if you don't feel like playing, don't play. If you feel like playing, have at it. Have at it, Sailor. But do it in a healthy way.
Exactly. How rewarding is it for you to be like, all right, I'm going to get back on RuneScape because I'm going to hit you with a scenario that I guarantee you every single one of you has been in. You log into RuneScape, you've been thinking about it for maybe like 10, 20 minutes, you think you want to do something, and then you bank stand for an inconceivable amount of time. You hop into voice chat with your friends, and you're like, what are we doing? And nobody says anything. And all 5 of you are bank standing. All 8 of you, all 2 of you are bank standing for just how long? Until somebody goes, well, I guess I'll go do this. Or you guys just go to bed. Like, is there something else you could be doing that isn't the game? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which you all just lost, by the way.
Damn it.
I just alienated our entire listener base.
You know what, Oxie? This would be a good spot if, I'm not saying we are, if we were sponsored by one of those like Skillshare people. Be like, and if you need some time,
Oh my god, that'd be so stupid. That'd be so like, by the way, are you hating your favorite game? You should go to master's school or whatever it is and watch Gordon Ramsay cook for 20 years. We're never going to get sponsored by them. Masterclass is the name of the company. Yeah. Just alienated a sponsor right there. But
so yeah, it would be a a funny little like insert. Hey, anyway, no, like if you don't want to play RuneScape, here's my recommendation for this week. Learn to do something. And this is not like me trying to brag. Blah, blah, blah. I feel like I'm bragging when I say.
What was that noise? One more time, just for the boys back. Oh my god.
I feel like I'm not trying to brag when I say this, but like I picked up 3D printing with almost zero pre-knowledge. I got my 3D printer in the mail. I set it up. I loaded up this little owl that you're supposed to print as your first thing. He sits on top of my camera. I printed it and then just dove headfirst into it. And it's been an absolute blast. That you could do that. You could find a hobby. I also do leather work. I dove headfirst into that without any knowledge and quite enjoy it. It's a little bit more time consuming than I can do right now, but it is a hobby that I enjoy. And the cool thing about this game is you can do hobbies, you can do things and play at the same time if you want to. There's a lot of things you can do in this game that are AFK. So I already talked about 3D modeling and I stayed up till 1:30. I was fishing the entire time while I was doing the 3D modeling stuff. So I don't really know what the point to where I was going with that, other than if you think you can do it, I know you can do it. And I would say don't be scared to try something new just for the fear of failing. And that's easier said than done. But a lot of people will be like, yeah, I don't know. I can't do, like, I just don't want to I don't want to set myself up for failure, but not even try. There's a guy on TikTok talking about wanting to take a pottery class. And anytime he would see something having to do with pottery, he's like, oh man, I kind of want to take a pottery class. And then just would move on. And by the 6th time that he caught himself saying, oh, I'd love to do a pottery class, he stopped, he Googled, and he's like, pottery classes in my area. Something popped up, he booked an appointment, and then he showed off 3 or 4 dishes that he made. And he's like, next time I say I'm going to do something, I'm just going to do it. There's no more, oh, I wish I could do that. And that was really inspiring for me because I feel like sometimes in my life, outside of, playing RuneScape and stuff, just personal goals that I have, it's always like, yeah, I kind of wish I could do that. You can. You really can. And this wasn't meant to be like a motivational podcast segment, but I don't know, it kind of turns into that a little bit whenever you're talking about not playing the game and trying to do other things in your life.
Just a little fucked up that you need motivation to not play a video game, but I feel it. I've been there. It's not a bad thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is a different game than any others, that
it really
we have
is.
played in our life. So it's hard to judge it like you would another video game per se.
You're talking about finishing the game, right? You're talking about, oh, this game never ends. It kind of does, 4.6 billion XP, you're kind of done. There's 26 people in the world who have finished RuneScape. You could get all the pets, you could do all the completionist stuff, but that takes, I kid you not, 20,000 hours of your life. And there's a select number of people in this world who have that time to be able to dedicate to that. You and I and the people listening may not be those people. So how do you get the most out of when you actually do log on? How do you I know for me, if I have an hour or 2 hours to play, I really, really, really try to ignore XP rates. That is a big thing in my mind because I could look at fishing for instance, and I could say, okay, I have 2 hours to play. I can barb fish. My mind could instantly go to, you're only going to get 80k XP. Why would you even bother? It's not really the point. Like if you're the type of person that really hyper focuses on efficiency, it's not going to be great for you if you only have 2 hours to play. And that's how
But
I feel like
perhaps that efficiency is fun. You know, perhaps
Well-
that's like, well, how can I get the most XP in this 2 hour time frame, or how can I kill the most
Yeah.
bosses in this 2 hour time frame? And you kind of develop a
true.
method. Like there is fun associated with that, even if
Well-
it's not particularly fun for us.
the end of what I was going to say is that's how I feel like 2 hours can turn into 10 hours. You're just like, oh, I have 2 hours to play. I'm going to set myself a limit. I got other things to do today. But then you kind of like blow past that because of efficiency, because of the need to get the most out of, the time that you are playing. So I don't know if setting a timer works for you. It kind of does for me in some instances. I haven't had to ever like set a timer to be like, I'm only going to play for 2 hours today. But no, Oxie's right. If you can swing it in such a way that like, you make yourself do the most efficient thing for those 2 hours and then you're done and that's fun to you, I would say roll with that.
Yeah, a challenge I have with that also, which is kind of strange, like it's funny I'm going to talk about it right now because they just brought it up in the CC. Are you logged in?
Yeah.
Do you read the most recent message in the CC? Anyone +1 for TOB.
Yeah.
A lot of the most like, again, the most fun I have sometimes is playing with other people. Sometimes other people aren't around, which like happens, obviously, nothing necessarily wrong with that, but you've got to be able to recognize, what do I find enjoyable in the game when other people aren't around? I haven't been to Zulrah in a hot minute. I probably should go back to Zulrah. But that statement right there, I probably should go back to Zulrah. I have to have a different idea of like, I should go back to Zulrah because I want to go back to Zulrah. I want to go try to get the drops. I want to get 1,000 kills by the end of the year, which is my goal. I want to have Zulrah at like the 4-digit KC mark.
Ooh, nice.
I also want to have Vorkath at 4-digit KCs, which kind of sucks without a Dragon Hunter Lance. So that might be my next. Big buy. We gotta look that up and figure out. I think it's like 70 mil right now, so that might be my next purchase to get back to Vorkath, because now I have full Bandos and could make it happen. But
yeah, or you can just borrow it from me because it's literally sitting in my bank.
I might take you up on that. Because it is different. It is different loaning an item to me to mess around with while you're literally not going to use it is not the same as giving me money to buy magic logs for fletching.
You're ridiculous.
You're
ridiculous. Because literally,
I will make the money from Vorkath.
Hear me out.
To buy fletching without needing a monetary loan, and then I'll be able to give you back your Dragon Hunter Lance when I'm done.
Hear me out. If you do magic logs for fletching,
it's gonna take me 80 years.
You actually profit from it.
You profit from all the logs. Yeah, I have a pretty sound profit margin right now from my U-long bows. An even greater profit if I want to high alch them myself. But
Please
that'll
don't
take
high alch.
I could alch agility. I could suffer and do alch agility.
Please don't. So the phrase "hear me out" means nothing to you. Anyway, I would be financially incentivized to just give you the magic logs. You turn them into bows. You give them back to me. You get free XP.
We've
I get
been
profit.
over this. I don't like that plan because then I'm doing your work for you. Train fletching yourself. What are you doing? You can buy longbows and alch them to make a profit.
I don't need the profit. I'm just saying I'm financially incentivized to help you.
And I'm financially incentivized to not do that. because I could not only make my own money from Vorkath or Zulrah, right? But then I could spend the money I make on items to make me more money and help me get my achievement diaries completed. So I am far less financially incentivized for that plan than you are. Just throwing that out there.
Listen, if you want to swing it to where I give you the magic logs, you cut them, you sell them, and then you give me my initial investment of magic logs back, you keep all the profits, I'll even do that.
No,
I'm a
I'm
generous
not.
man.
Michael, just get off this hill.
I just want you to do it quickly and not have to suffer with with U logs.
It's how many that many?
How many U logs versus how many magic logs? Have you done the math?
It's like 9,000 U logs. Multiplied by roughly 17,000, 4 mil profit. Yeah.
Hey. All right, Xpwasters, welcome back. I don't know
what
that cut looks like. You longbows are actually stonks. Okay. I'll buy you the you longbows. How about that?
No, stop with that. You're not buying me anything. You can loan me a Dragon Hunter Lance, and that is all I will accept. And it's not even related to fletching. I just want to kill Vorkath because I like that boss.
Hey, why don't you just go for 99 fletching? Like, let's just send it. Full send bot. Full send bot.
All right, let me pull up some reasons why I'm not going to go for 99 fletching. Hear me out just real quick. Let me see. I'm going to pull up my goal sheet for 2022. Begin Scythe Rebuild. We have paid off 25 mil to Jake. We have bought Bandos Tassets. We have managed to sell and still need to repurchase a Dragon Warhammer, a Dragon Hunter Lance, Dragon Claws, a Jaw, Prims, an Imbued Heart, Twisted Buckler, full Verox, full Darox, a Bludgeon, Zami Spear, Zami Hasta, Justy Helm, Pegs, and my Vigorous Chainmace.
My goodness, boy.
I got a lot of things to buy back, which I'm actually really excited about because I like buying new items, but I need to get a Lance first, which just means I just need to do a lot of theater.
Yeah.
So all that to say, when you're playing the game, make sure you're doing it in a way that is enjoyable for you. Sometimes RuneScape Quick Math is enjoyable. Sometimes you got to load up your calculator app and be like, yo, what do I need to get this done? Or what do I need to get this unlocked? Sometimes that is fun. I think it's enjoyable myself. So
if I could give anybody any advice for this game, it's just don't max. Like, if you enjoy the game, don't max. Because Oxie just talked about like 85 to 91 fletching. Woohoo. He's going to make like 4 mil. And I'm sitting over here like, already 99. Wow. Lovely. So if you enjoy playing the game, just don't max because the fun ends right there, buddy. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Not for me anyway. I have many goals post max, and I think that's going to carry me past the max.
But
burnout.
how obtainable are your goals?
Very obtainable. Very obtainable.
We always talk about obtainable goals.
We do. So if you haven't, I mean, if you're new around here, you probably don't know what my goals are. 200 mil cooking right off the bat, like maxing day 1, day 2.
Get 200 mil cooking. Get 200 mil, baby.
I'm probably gonna sell everything in my bank and just stockpile all of the anglers that I need, which I think is going to be like 900,000 anglers or something.
Jesus Christ.
Or sharks. I can't remember which one I decided to do. I might just one tick around ones for a while too, because they're a pretty good profit margin. But 200 mil cooking, it's probably going to take me like 6 to 8 months potentially. And then after that, my goal is to get 20 million XP in every skill. So if I don't have it, if I don't have a 200 mil already, then the goal is 20 mil. And funny enough, like I'm actually there on a couple of them. Magic, range, HP, farming, and crafting are all 20 mil already. So it's a good chunk knocked out. And I think strength will be pretty close once I get done with like the Slayer grind. So anyway, all of that to say, I have goals post max, and a lot of people don't. Like, maxing is the ultimate goal, and once you do it, you're kind of done. And for a lot of people, they hate skilling. So if you hate skilling and you don't really care about pets and you're not that into PVM, my recommendation is just don't max, because there's nothing else after that. Like, you've done all the quests, you've done all the diaries. There's literally nothing else. You could make an Iron Man, I guess. Maybe go that route, max your main, and then make an Iron Man, or make a group account with your brother.
Man mode. Good God.
Walkman mode.
My groupie is running over the Canifis laps right now while my main account is making blood runes because, as I said several weeks ago, blood runes are expensive. And I figured when you have to buy 6,000 at a time, yeah, they do add up.
I remember when blood runes were $428 a piece, and I had a stack of 170,000 of them, and I didn't dump. And now they're $350, and I'm sad.
F.
I just got called out in the recording booth chat. Thank you, Basket. I know that wines are a fast method of XP, but I do not want to pay for 200 mil cooking. I want to be paid to get 200 mil cooking. So, big brain strats here. If I pay to get 200 mil cooking, then how am I going to get, how am I going to get my other buyables to 20 mil? Money don't come for free. I need like nearly 6 million Herblore XP. You know what the going rate on Herblore XP is? It's not great. So, big brain strats here.
Grimy Guams. Easy.
Clean, grimy Guams.
Yeah, it's got to be only like 40 million Guam leaves. You'll be fine.
It's 2 XP per clean. That's 14, 12 math. That's a lot of Guams. It's 3 million Guams, right?
It's at least 200k Guams.
That's at least 400k. 2% of 2 mil is. People have actually bought that shirt, by the way. If you visited our shop, people have actually bought the 2% of 2 mil is 400k shot. I'm all here for it. I'm here for it. I don't know if I'll ever wear it. It's a great shirt. I'm definitely gonna pick up the fruit merch shirt. So look out for that. Maybe by the time this episode comes out, we'll have the fruit merch shirt up on the store. And yeah, maybe you'll see it.
I just got a notification from Teespring. Looks like our shop is down forever. There will be no more merch from Michael and I. It's broken. Oh well. Glad we don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened.
Oh,
sorry, guys.
Oh, look, I just got an email that they fixed it and it's up. Quick turnaround on those guys. Quick turnaround. Xpwaste.shop if you want to check. I know we'll plug it at the end, but I think it's time we send ourselves to a break. What do you think?
I do believe it is. It's going to be a shorter episode this week, Michael. We're only at an hour and 12 minutes so far going to break on the recording track. God, look at us.
It's all right. It's all right. We had we had nearly a 3-hour episode last week.
That shit was insane. I was editing it, and I'm like, why is this episode so long? But
hey, we love quests. So
we do love quests.
If you stick around after the break, we'll have some more content for you guys. Maybe a fun question. Maybe we'll see. Definitely a fun question. So
we think the break was actually only going to be about 5 minutes this time and not like an entire day like last week.
If you see an outfit change, maybe it's dark in my room.
I might just change my outfit just because. Who knows?
Hey, keep them guessing. Keep them guessing. Ooh. Anyway, for the third time, we'll see you after this.
Ahoy there, citizens of Gillinor. My name is Captain Murphy, and I'm on the hunt for seamen. I need the hardiest seamen around, the best in all of Gillinor. What am I gonna do with all these seamen, you ask? I'm gonna take them out on my world-famous fishing trawler. Here at Captain Murphy's fishing trawler, we're going out to sea for a juicy bounty that only the open ocean can provide us. The seas at Gillinor are perilous, so grab your rod with both hands and fill your mateys' holes with that sticky hot tar. Yarg. The journey across the open ocean will be long and hard, but incredibly rewarding. You'll be coming home with enough fish to fill your sack for the next week, and if the luck of the sea be upon you, you might even leave with another man's soggy trousers. Yarg. Bring you and all your salty sea dogs down to Port Khazard and sign up to take a trip out on Captain Murphy's fishing trawler. Be the seaman you were meant to be. Yarg.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that little commercial break because I know I sure did. And it actually was, to be completely honest with you guys, the same day. I don't know that we'll call that out every single time, but hey, it's just fun.
But now you'll never know.
Yeah,
I'm editing this week. I might cut this part out. You'll have no idea. Ooh, gaslighting our listenership. Ooh.
I did wear the same shirt for 2 days just to mess with people.
As soon as that ended, like the first recording ended, it stormed so bad here in Michigan that I walked outside and sent a Snapchat to one of my teammates because he's like, "Let's go play in the rain." It was like freezing rain sideways. And I was getting pelted. I'm like, I don't think that's a very good idea. My shirt was absolutely soaked. The shirt I wore the first day recording from last week. So,
well, it's fun to play in the rain, but it's also fun to shout out your patrons. So now is the time of the episode where we give a lovely shout out to all of our patrons who support us in the Wise Old Man tier and the KBD tier. I do want to shout out the Gnome Child and Party Pete, but no one individually. So thank you for your support. But we do want to give a shout out to Scape Caution, Elagio, Bolimer, Basket, Benjamin R, Hadad Bod, C. Gladney, Morty, Cream Tam, Durf Nasty, Drum TXT, Duke Bradley, D. Falconer, Flying Castiel, Forestry, Fortimus, MB Jones, Jack M, Jake W, Jordy, Potato Pancake, I think that's what he wanted to be called, Posh Padre, 999 Pooper Cheeks, Ice Wallow, he moved for some reason in our list. Anyway, it's like, where's Ice? It's Poorly Hung now. So Poorly Hung, aka Ice Swallow. Russa Fury, Salted Snake, Shadow, Toast No Toast, Troll, Tyler H, and Zach. Thank you guys so much for your support in the Wise Old Man tier. But moving on to our KBD tier, big round of applause and a big heart emoji for you.
I swear to God. This is the extra you pay for. He's gone. He literally left.
Anyway, don't put that in.
No. Oh, no. It's staying in now, baby. That could be our cold opener. That's gold right there. That's the KBD difference. Who's in the KBD tier, Michael?
Big shout out to my dad, your dad, Oxie's dad. Cookies and MILF, Dr. Draven, Kroll, the Lord Jake himself, our third favorite Patreon subscriber, Ralph, and Spartan Fire. I think I missed somebody very important, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Big shout out to the next Slayer himself in the Wise Old Man tier, Akuna Matata, aka Ryan, aka Oxy's Left Nut, aka the next bot. So it's enough names for you, sir. Guys, thank you so much for all your support on Patreon. We do appreciate it. It helps us immensely with things that we want to do for the show. Recently, we bought Oxy a new microphone, so your ear holes could be blessed. There's other things that we're going to do in the future.
Was that recent? Wasn't that like 6 months ago?
I feel like it's the most recent thing that we've done, other than have that the special 50th episode thing, but like, you know, it wasn't too bad. Yes, it was pretty recent, okay? I can't think of anything else recently that we've done, but there is things that we're doing in the future. So we really appreciate all the support on Patreon. And if you would like to support us, head over to patreon.com/Xpwaste. We have many tiers that can fit any sort of budget you have. Lots of benefits, cool ones like joining the recording booth. So if you don't know, and maybe you are pretty new around here, we refer to the recording booth chat a lot. And anytime I say recording booth chat, I always look this way if you're on the video. And that's because it's a channel in our Discord where if you're in the Wise Old Man tier or the KBD tier, you actually get to hang out with us while we record this podcast. So if you don't mind getting spoiled and you want to listen to us like talk live, redo takes, have fun during the break, if you want to do that.
What do you mean redo takes? This show's completely unedited.
Oh, I forgot.
We're that good. We never mess anything up ever.
You're right, Oxie. I'm just not humble, I guess. If you want to come and join us in the recording booth chat, it's my favorite benefit. It's honestly my favorite benefit that we have because it connects us with the community. So, like I said, head over to patreon.com/Xpwaste. You can check out our merch. It's not on Patreon, but that's the next thing I want to talk about. Xpwaste merch. We kind of talked about it a little bit in the beginning, but xpwaste.shop. Check it out. We have great designs, new designs going up all the time. I talked about it, and it may or may not actually happen, but the fruit merch may be there. So you never know. Just check. Hey, you never know, too. We may have a special 24-hour discount code that we'll put in the description for all fruit merch. So you just never know these things, right? You just never know. Like, it could happen. Catch me like 2 weeks from now having the fruit merch shirt on because it takes a while for it to ship. So
I'm gonna cry.
Don't cry, Oxie. Don't cry. Remember, it's over. It's the end of an era. So we have to like immortalize the fruit somehow. I can't put it in resin, so I'll put it on a shirt. How about that? Xpwaste.shop. If you want to piss Oxie off and buy some fruit merch, head over to Xpwaste.shop.
People are just like, piss Oxie off. I'm sold, baby. Let's go.
We'll put Team Fruit on the back of the shirt or something. Actually, here's a fun thing. Somebody mentioned with the fruit merch to have like all of the cities in Gielinor listed as it's like a tour. So like, put the dates and then put a tour on the back. I don't know. I'll come up with something fun. But it's now time for our community question. So this one comes to you from our Spotify community question, listeners. We asked last week, what is your favorite quest and what is your least favorite quest that is not rat catchers? And I think there was another caveat.
Or underground pass or one small favor.
Or underground pass or one small favor. I don't think that like some people truly listened to that because it was more of a challenge, not like a requirement. But kicking us off, Jacob M said Dragon Slayer 2 is their favorite and their least favorite was Morning's End Part 2. I would assume for the agility, but
respectable. That quest sucks.
The fruit is vibing with this one. Lumpy Tofu said favorite is Monkey Madness, a true treasure. Least favorite is Rat Catchers. That dev should have to do that quest over and over for eternity in hell. Their words, not mine. Charlie B said the worst quest is Sheep Herder, hands down. My favorite has got to be Great Brain Robbery.
All right, this man knows what's up. Sheep Herder? I have tiles marked for Sheep Herder.
Do you really?
Yes, I have tiles marked on where to hit the damn sheep. This quest is infuriating.
Wow.
It is some bullshit. Like, I have never been closer to downloading a cheat client than I have been when I failed Sheep Herder. Like, that quest, I didn't know how a cheat client could help me.
Oxie.
Maybe it could at least show the direction of the sheep. But I hate that quest so much.
I don't mean to brag, but I got my quest cape before tile markers were a thing. Anyway,
yeah,
Vince.
Listen, I had to mark the tiles because after the main, the pure, the groupie, and the leagues account managed to mess it up, I had to get the tiles down.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I'm gonna need those tiles when I do it on my groupie. Vince says, favorite quest has to be Dragon Slayer 1. Beating free to play will always have a special place in my heart. I vibe with that. Least favorite was the dig site. Lots of running around, and the quest was kind of boring. I also vibe with that, Vince. I did not enjoy the dig site quest whatsoever. Let's see. Seymour. Shout out to Seymour. The Lunar Isles quest, specifically Dream Mentor, was their favorite. The rewards are nice, but the island and characters are just so cool. Worst, least favorite was Sins of the Father. Lightning phase hard. P.S. The rats are. P.S. The rats are snake food. Not sure what that means.
It is 100%. The lightning phase do be hard. Oh man.
I don't remember. Like I don't remember why, but I may have just like zoned out when I was doing that quest because I've done it recently. I didn't pay anybody to do it. I didn't have my friend log on and do it for me. So like I did that quest, but I do not remember any of the fight.
I do.
And I've done it recently. So that's a problem. The last one here comes from Ponyboy himself. Pork Jerry, as we know him in Discord. He said, Cold War is the best. Oh, that's funny. So Cold War has an exclamation point after Cold War. So I just thought he meant Cold War. And then Cold War is the best. Sheep herder is probably my least favorite. So
thank you. More sheep herder haters. That's what we
sheep
need.
Herder. More
sheep herder haters, baby. Oh. What's your least favorite quest, Michael?
Mine? They all, honestly, they all were bearable because I did it with a quest guide, Slayer Music, the king, the god himself. So I don't really remember anything being like wanted to pull my hair out terrible. I don't really have a least favorite. I don't know. I still have to do Land of the Goblins and Beneath Cursed Sands, so I could have a least favorite. I do remember like Song of the Elves, Morning's End, like all of the elf line quests just being like tedious with all of the light puzzle stuff. But I mean, I would do it again. It's not like I hated my life. So let me pull up the
mine's Fremenic Trials. I don't know why. I just
the one
don't
you
like
just
that
did?
quest. Yeah, you know what? I just don't like it. I never have liked it. I've never thought it was a fun quest. I've never cared. Make me run around and talk to a bunch of people who make me do a bunch of random shit.
Right,
it's like,
isn't it? Like,
there's literally a miniature one small favor within Fremenic Trials.
You ask somebody for something, and they're like, I'm going to give this to you, but I need you to do that. And
Yeah.
by the end, you're in a circle of, I did this so I can have this, but you could have really just talked to two people.
Yeah, truly. You could have talked to two people, and there's no bank, so
Oof.
Don't forget anything, idiot. It's Walkman mode because the Fremenic province is massive, and you have to run everywhere, and unlike on a main account, you can't buy staminas on an Iron Man. We love the gray helmet mode. Quest Helper makes it ridiculously easy,
Yeah.
but still that quest.
Quest Helper is everyone's saving grace. And if you're playing on mobile or you're playing on vanilla, why? I'm just kidding.
I was just about to say why.
Why? No, it's not too bad. Like if you have like I have a tablet and you can do picture in picture. So like I can have a little slice of the wiki like open on the side while I'm doing quests. It's bearable, but it's not great. We did have some replies on YouTube as well to get through these quickly. FDA Jax. I guess that's their name. FDA Jax said Monkey Madness and Monkey Madness, parentheses, without a guide. So their favorite quest is Monkey Madness. Their least favorite quest is Monkey Madness without a guide. I love the creativity. I think this is Imbi. Imbi said, making friends with my arm. That's their favorite quest. The story is fun, but the trolls, too much. I think
like
she's
Imbi. Yeah,
referring to the
she hates
trolls.
those trolls.
Yeah.
The thrower trolls in the river. Yeah.
And then finally, Toast, No Toast says, most favorite was Sins of the Father. I really enjoyed the overall storyline, and Vansrum is what pushed me to get my fire cape. Hell yeah. Least favorite, Rag and effing Bone Man.
Yeah.
That old man and his talking sack and that old man and his talking sack kick dirt. No more bones for the pot.
That quest is such a pain in the ass.
Okay. I will say, least favorite quest in the game, Rag and Bone Man. Followed up by Rag and Bone Man 2. That is a mini quest, or was a mini quest, that is required for your quest cape. It's really dumb. It's actually a quest now. It used to be a mini quest, and it was required for your quest cape. So, so if you want to answer the community question for this week, check out the community question section on Spotify and the pinned comment on YouTube. The community question is, what is your favorite thing to do that is not RuneScape? So going back to main title content, just tell us, like, what is your hobbies that aren't RuneScape related?
Yeah.
We want to know. So, Oxie, do we have any achievements for this week?
We do, of course. Okay, of course we have achievements this week. What do you
Moving
mean
on.
we don't have any achievement? What do you mean? Of course we have achievements this week. So, in the player versus monster category, Skywalk OG got his first fire cape. We do love to see that. This is, once again, literal shitloads of emote reactions. We love it. We love it. We got 2 back-to-back capes of accomplishment here. Not like 99 capes. Rip Riley got his quest cape, and the Bonk got his achievement diary cape on the exact same day. So we love to see it. That's their like general achievement. And then the most recent 99 here actually happened this morning. Posh Padre came in with 99 hit points.
Woo!
So
I was
congratulations
at that.
to you guys. Were you at? I was trying to look and see the picture of like who was there. Yeah, no, you are there. You got the bucket on your head.
It was me and Cole.
The pot.
It's a saucepan, Oxy.
Oh, my apologies. But yes, congratulations to you all for your massive achievements this week. It's always fun to watch people do good things in old school RuneScape.
Fun
Keep
stuff.
achieving things. As always, if you didn't get shouted out and you achieved something, congratulations.
I do want to throw it out there that our email has been open and ready to receive emails about achievements of people who aren't in the Discord, and we've never gotten an email. So if you're not in the Discord and you've done something cool in this game, please email us. We'd love to shout you out. We'd love to shout you out.
That's a good sign that a lot of our community is in-house here in Discord.
Hey.
It's freaking awesome.
Very true. Very true. Very, very true. Also, I checked the P.O. box. We did not receive any fun questions via a postcard. So also still looking for that. I expected a stack of 30 on my desk. I really did.
Tisk.
So the P.O. box is in the description, or you can go and write this down. It's Xpwaste Podcast, P.O. Box 634, Haslet, Texas 76052. And then in parentheses, just put Michael R. so that they know it's me.
Michael
R. Like a pirate. Just draw a pirate.
Yar.
Ooh, also, I forgot to talk about this at any other point in the episode until now. We got mail. Actually, we got mail.
We did get mail, yeah.
It wasn't
I'm
postcards,
surprised
but
you
we
want
got
to talk
mail.
about. I'm surprised you want to talk about the mail that we got.
Well, Imbi, lovely lady that she is, sent us some treats from Hawaii. So we're going to be trying those. I don't know if we're going to do it for an extra episode on Patreon or if we'll just like snack on them during the next episode. But I still have to mail them to Oxy. So it might actually be a hot minute before we can reveal what snack she got us. And then we got something else. Morty?
I knew it.
Looking at you.
I knew it was going to happen. I said it from day one. Michael, we're going to get a P.O. box. And you know what's going to happen? Someone's going to send us a bag of dicks. What did we get in the mail this week, Michael?
We got male genitalia. Sorry.
Ha! Get it? Male genitalia because it's in the mail. Ha! Ha! Ha!
Listen.
God, it's hard to be as funny as we are sometimes. We got a bag of dicks.
No,
we got a bag of
we got
pasta penises.
I was going to say pasta in the shape of male genitalia.
They're pasta penises. They're, if you look closely, if you're looking at Michael, they're on the bottom right-hand corner. They've been there the whole time in his setup.
Call this out.
Heck yeah, I'm going to call it out. We got a bag of dicks from a supporter.
Do you want me to go grab it?
I mean, now that the elephant's in the room, I feel like you kind of gotta.
Can we show that on YouTube, though? Is that community guidelines?
Oh,
Does that
man.
I don't know.
Damn you, YouTube.
Damn it. I could probably cover up the bowl. Hold on, I'll grab it. I'm just gonna cover.
I'll just put a sensor bar over it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
How's that sound?
Oxy, can you read that for us? It's in Italian.
Pasta di demolla di grano duro. No, I can't.
Oh. You said it like you're really confident. So
Yeah,
thank
I
you,
can
Morty.
read it in Italian. I can't translate it for you if that's what you're asking.
I have an app on my phone that will translate stuff, but the plan for this is for it sits in my background, obviously. But the plan is that when Oxie and I meet, this will be the first meal we share together. So get ready for that with some meatballs. Get it? You guys have
the
stuck around
meatballs for the pasta dicks.
If you stuck around this long, thank you so much. But hey, if you want to send us food in the shape of genitalia,
Please.
you know where to send it. The PO box is 634 Haslet, Texas 76052. Is it time for the fun question, Oxie?
I think it is time for a fun question,
Woo-hoo.
Michael.
It's not that I'm not having fun, because I'm having a blast. I'll just tell you that right now. So this one comes from our friend Existential. I want to say Disassociated is their in-game name.
Yeah.
But they are a member of the clan, and they DM'd this one to me on Discord. So they said, if you could have any 99 IRL, what would it be, and how would you benefit from it?
Go first, Michael.
Okay, I'll go first. So
You're the Max boy here. Give us your thoughts on 99s.
I do have quite a few 99s to speak from experience. The selfish person in me wants to say something like smithing, because I would love to get into like blacksmithing, but there's a lot of artisan themed 99s that I would just like really like crafting, wood cutting, smithing, mining, construction would be really cool. But I don't know, cooking as my real answer. I really think that 99 cooking would be the most beneficial. I eat out so much. And it's just because like I'm not confident with like anything that I could make other than a grilled cheese, like a quesadilla. I can warm up some ramen in the microwave. I can meal prep like a pretty decent chicken. I can follow a recipe, don't get me wrong. But like inherently, if I just had 99 cooking, I could look at a spread of ingredients. Take this lemon, for instance. I could just look at this lemon and be like, I'm going to make this out of it.
I'm going to throw it in the garbage can.
Lemon has seen better days. But I could just look at it. I could look at a table full of things. And in my mind, if I had 99 cooking IRL, just like come up with a recipe and know what goes with what, cook up a nice homemade something rather, and enjoy it. And not have to like stress over going to the grocery store and like, well, I need exactly 13 sticks of I need exactly 13 baby carrots and 2 cloves of
Were you
garlic.
going to say 13 sticks of butter? What the hell are you making?
13 sticks, 13 baby carrots, 6 sticks of butter. I don't know.
6? What are you making?
Bro, you've never been to the South. We cook with butter. So as much as artisan like skills would be fun, I think cooking is there. On a completely dark note, 99 thieving, that would be pretty hype. I would never have to like work a day in my life, man. Never have to work. So
yeah, dude, why work when you could just heist your way out of it? Perfect.
Yeah, dude. Like I would say if you were 99 thieving IRL, you could probably rob a bank and get away with it. You know? Not saying it's ethical. We're not arguing ethics at all.
This is not an ethical podcast.
No. We're not arguing the merits of whether or not thieving IRL is a good or bad decision. I'm just saying, you had 99 thieving, you're pretty much invincible. You can steal from whatever you want. You can steal from whatever NPC offers you to steal from them in the game. I feel like you could rob a bank without any repercussions and get away with it. So that's my answer, man. What do you got?
First of all, imagine thinking cooking is not an artisan skill. You could absolutely ball in the kitchen. I don't know if I have any 99s in real life, but if I do, cooking is one of them. Because let me tell you, you get me in the kitchen, we're going to ball. We're going to eat real good. I adore cooking. I don't cook as often as I do because I'm unmotivated and sometimes kind of sad, so I don't. That said, Not only can I follow a recipe, I've started making my own recipes, documenting them in my phone to write down at a later time to eventually make a grandiose cookbook of things that I have created over the years to pass down to future generations of whatever all of this is. But yeah, so I absolutely love cooking. Um, I'm torn between two. I kind of want to say 99 attack because at that point I'd be like the world's best fencer, which would be awesome.
There you go.
I'd like to think I could beat any XP waster in a sword fight, but at the same time, that is a challenge, by the way. At the same time, I don't know how practical that would be. You know, I don't know if I'm ready to commit to a life of like national Olympic fencing. So I think 99 attack would be fun for that sense. Additionally, though, I kind of want 99 farming because
Ooh.
I have a black thumb. I kill literally everything I touch when it comes to growing things, except for this past summer. I was able to harvest not one, not two, but 4 whole tomatoes over the course of the entire summer. That's 4 times as many tomatoes as I've been able to harvest in the last 25 years. So
Big proud.
I'm not good at farming in real life. I'm not good at growing anything. But because I'm an absolute gourmand in the kitchen, I'm tooting my own horn a little bit. I don't know if I'm that good, but I'm good. I'll also challenge anyone in the clan to a cook-off because at that point we both win. Am I right? You know, I would love to be able to use fresh produce that I have grown myself in the recipes that I make. You know, I think it could really add an extra little flair and really make everything taste so much better because, like we said, it feels like it's that dopamine hits, that feeling of success. Like, yes, I grew this.
Mm-hmm.
When you bite into a tomato the size of like a $50, because you cut it and you try to put it on a sandwich, it's good for like 2 bites. But like, that's it, you know, because then it's gone. So I'm thinking to myself, what if I could do that more? I want to be able to grow a lot of things. So I think 99 farming would be the one that I want. Like have a whole ass greenhouse. Oh,
Yeah,
that'd
dude.
be awesome.
I mean, farming doesn't have to like encapsulate just vegetables and like if you like houseplants, that's technically farming, right?
I have somebody else in my house who might also like houseplants. So I don't tend to keep houseplants because I'm scared she's going to get sick
Oh.
because she's stupid.
Oh.
She doesn't eat people food. But I've also not kept plants in my house because the last thing I need is the little tricolored asshole to start throwing up snake plants on my bed or something like that. So I love her more than anything in this entire world, and I will not risk her safety over a pretty house plant. That said, growing trees, that would also be pretty sick. I have an herb garden right now that the Easter Bunny brought me because she insists that even at the age of 25, I still need an Easter basket. Even though I tell her, Easter Bunny, it's okay. I'm a grown man. Like Lizzie and I don't need Easter baskets. She says, no, I have to get you Easter baskets. It's going to happen.
Adorable.
We're like, okay.
Adorable.
So the Easter Bunny brought me an herb garden, which I'm stoked about. I've got it out right now. I figured I'm like, I'll leave it outside. Everything's all planted. It might die. I don't know. I got pepper seeds and tomato seeds for later when it gets a little bit warmer. Hopefully we'll see some peppers and tomatoes by August. Trying to get some cherry tomatoes this year. My farming level in real life is still 4. So we'll see how it goes.
So what I'm hearing is not a fruit update in the future. We're going to start getting vegetable updates.
You
The
might start
tomato.
getting vegetable updates this summer. You might get, if you're lucky, you might get plant updates in the summer.
Listen,
I
guys.
really like growing produce, but I'm just bad at it.
Oxy farming,
So-
Oxy farming merch hitting the shop in the summer. So
Maybe I'll get 99 farming in the game this summer as well.
I do want to call
Troll
out
says,
Indy.
isn't a tomato a fruit?
Yeah, I want to call out Troll in the recording of chat. Yes, tomatoes are fruits. So does that make salsa like a fruit dip?
You
Think
said
about
the
it.
same thing last night when we were
Chew
at
on
the
that
Era
one.
Blood Hard mode. Because we called the Bloods tomatoes And you're like, does that mean salsa's a fruit dip? We're fighting for our lives in Theater of Blood. There are blood splats everywhere. We've hit 30s. We're trying to get to Maiden. And Michael's over here like, do. If salsa is a fruit dip, would it be good on cookies? We're like, shut up, Michael.
The content I bring to the VC, okay? And it's completely free. Like, you don't need... You just join the Discord.
I should be compensated for that, frankly.
I'll send you the fruit for it. How about that?
You know what?
Man.
I'm good.
That's so fun. They're asking for fruit updates in the recording boot chat, Oxie. I don't know what they want from me. I really don't. I can't anymore.
The fruit is dead. Long live the fruit.
Fruit is dead. It's too painful to recount. I'm looking at it. Oh, for the tomatoes. They meant the tomatoes, guys.
Soon, troll, soon. The tomatoes will be soon. Hopefully.
Well, we're going to need pictures, so definitely send us, baby tomato pictures.
The minute one of them bitches sprouts, I'll probably scream. Like, yes, we got a buff tomato.
Wow! I need you to send me a sandwich with a tomato that you have made.
I don't think you're going to like that. If I send
Can't
it
you
to
put
you
it
through
like
the
on
mail.
dry ice so that it stays cold? I'll just come to Michigan.
I'm just going to
fine.
ship dry ice and a tomato across. I don't think that I can do it. I just don't think I want to.
Listen, now's the time. I think you need to start looking for jobs in Texas. I honestly do. There's plenty of great schools. Lots of people need help here.
The Licensing and Regulatory Affairs Board of the state of Michigan would hard disagree because they're giving me my Michigan limited license.
So dang it.
I'm gonna think that's not gonna work.
We tried, Xpwaste. We tried. We would have a really cool studio if we had like an IRL podcast.
It would be Michael's room. Would
probably this room. Yeah. And we have like a couch in here. It would be cool.
We don't make that much money off the Anchor ads to pay for a whole studio.
Listen,
come on now.
You can go on Facebook Marketplace and get a nice couch for not that much. I'm just saying. We don't have to think about that, though. Why are you drumming on your desk?
You didn't get the beat, did you? Never mind.
No. No. I think I got it now, but moving on. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you like what you hear, you can follow us on social media where you may hear more of it. I don't know. It's all in the description. Oxie and I, we both have like Twitch streams that we never, go on. We have YouTube channels, personal YouTube channels we never post on. So if you're going to do anything, maybe just subscribe to Xpwaste on YouTube. We just hit 650 subscribers, and our goal right now is to hit 1,000. So if you can help us reach that goal, that would be amazing. Definitely like this video. Don't dislike it. I see you, dislikers. Hey, here's a thought. Listen, I'm going to level with you. Instead of disliking the video, how about you send us an email, and we'll talk about it. Tell me why you don't like it. Don't press that little button. That doesn't help anybody. And if you want to check out our merch, our Patreon, all that is in the description. Oxie, anything else you would like to say before we end the show?
I think I'm good. Like we talked about earlier, think about the things that you enjoy that are not RuneScape. And start to do those things a little bit more if it's possible. I like to travel. I'm a broke boy who has been working 4.5 days a week. I can't do that. So, if it's feasible and you can pull it off, do it. Because the game's still going to be here. The people you play the game with are still going to be here. Go ahead and enjoy yourself in a way that isn't old school RuneScape. And if old school RuneScape is something that you're enjoying and you would like to continue to keep playing, set yourself a goal and do something that you think is going to be fun. Don't do it because you have to. Don't sit there and lock yourself to barbarian fishing or the blood altar or wherever, or the inferno. Don't lock yourself anywhere you don't want to be, and just go have fun doing stupid shit. That's our advice to you. That's all I've got for you guys, Michael. Is it time to take these folks home?
It is. Thank you guys so much for listening. We will see you guys next Thursday.
Bye.